Hi, let's talk about procedural groups today. Before we dive into procedural groups, I just want to remind the concept of rest position because we will look at rest position in different scenarios. This is a very useful concept to demonstrate how it works. On a simple example, we have a grid. And I'm adding rest. Now just letting, there's no need for any input, but later you can plug the static geometry in the second input or any other like reference geometry that you are using that is having the same topology. And in our case, the grid is not animated yet, so I stick the transform node after the grid. If I would have a scenario when I have the deformed geometry like so, I would reference the geometry before I apply any deformation on it, because now the transform node is making our geometry time dependent. And if I don't reference the static geo, my rest positions will still be moving. If we look at the points and play it back, you can see the rest values are changing, same as the p values. If I plug my reference geometry that is static and hit play again, now my rest positions here are not changing, only p attribute is changing. And we use that often to apply noises or any other effects in the rest position. So in this case, if I apply noise in the p on my geometry, p stands for the position, then you can see that the geometry is moving through the noise, but the noise stays in the workspace. Often that's not what we would like to achieve. So in the second noise node, instead of p, I'm using rest attribute. And just a second. Okay. Yes, so I'm applying it in rest, and you can see there's like choice p or rest. You can name the rest anything you want. There's like, you can name, just pick the name. If the rest is taken, you can choose a different name, and often it's the pref or something like that. But now, since this is applied on the rest position, if I press play, the noise is not moving through the geometry, it's moving with the geometry, because this noise was applied at the rest. And the same goes for any like more complex geometry. So let's say we have our good old Craig geo, and since this is packed primitives, applying noise on this would not have any effect, and it will just transform the pieces itself. But if we unpack it and we have rest created from the static position, so we just on the second input, having Craig having the rest pole at the rest pole, so this one's not moving. If I press play, nothing happens here. And if I middle click on that node, I can see it's not time dependent. on this side it is time dependent, so it's animated. If I press play, this is animated. So we unpack both sides, and I am referencing the rest position to the one that's not moving. And again, if I apply noise on this side, and as we can see, this is applied on the P. So on the positions, if I press play, the noise kind of goes through everything. And often this is not what we would like to achieve. So instead, we are applying the rest noise on the rest position. Now if I press play, noise stays in the same places. So this is a very useful concept, and in the next video I'm going to explain the procedural groups, and some of them are using REST